This is called Always in My Pocket. I play the guitar and write songs, and I play in a folk club. And we had a guest come to our folk club, somebody called Talis Kimberley. Really, really good singer, good writer. And she writes a lot of songs about the environment. And at the end of her set, she sang some brilliant songs, but at the end of her set, she gave us all a little present, a gift. And I thought, man, that's great. I'm going to write a poem all about that. So this is called Always in My Pocket. You know, when you're out and about and you're in a coffee shop or eating street food and you're given plastic cutlery and you think, that can't be good for the planet, because every day all that plastic gets thrown away. Well, I have come up with a simple solution. I carry with me at all times, in my pocket, a real shiny metal spoon. There we are. So in my pocket I carry the spoon that Talis Kimberley gave me. You can look her up, her songs are great. You need a spoon. Keep it in your pocket with your phone and your pen and your notebook, because you need a pen and a notebook with you at all times, don't you, if you're going to be a poet or a writer.
Little tip about poetry as well. I use rhyme quite a lot because I like writing in rhyme. If you want to have a go at writing in rhyme, get yourself some rhyming dictionaries in school. Most schools I go to don't have rhyming dictionaries. If you've not got rhyming dictionaries in school, see if you can use some of the iPads and download some free rhyming dictionaries. Mess around with it. Mess around with rhyme. I honestly think the best way when you're writing poems, though, to tell the truth is not to use rhyme, because you'll end up chasing the rhyme. So see how it works for you. Some people can do it, some people can't, but often it's best to try to start without rhyme first of all. And I bet I'm going to read you a poem that does rhyme now. This is a poem that's called Poem for Amino. And when I was researching, writing this book, I was trying to find interesting stories about people who have changed the world and who are making changes for the better. And I read about a girl, a 15-year-old girl. She was called Amino Nazali, and she lives in Azerbaijan. And I was reading about her, and she invented something that used raindrops to generate electric power. And she had a motto, and that motto is light up one house at a time. And I just thought, in this world we live, there's people that can make these little changes and invent these things, and I was just really blown away. This is Poem for Amina. It's a really simple poem. We need something to believe in, right? Believe in a girl who turns water to light.
I've got another rhyming tip to add to Matt's point. In a poem, every line and every word is very important to the meaning of the whole poem. If you're writing about your dog and you say, I have a lovely dog who looks just like a frog, then really, unless your poem is specifically about a frog that looks like a dog, the second rhyme is only there because it is a rhyme and not because it really says anything about your dog. Rhymes don't have to come at the end of lines, they can come in the middle of the lines, and you can use your other writing tools to make your poem sound interesting and wonderful, like tools like rhythm and alliteration. Also, make sure your poem has a beginning and a middle and an end that's all on the same subject. It's easy to get hived off into another subject halfway through a poem. I've done it myself and find I'm writing an end to a different poem that I started. I'm going to read a poem now which has rhythm and rhyme. It's all about your packed lunch. Munch, crunch, packed lunch. Your packed lunch can, if you plan it, help to save our alien planet. You'll be saving just by scrapping straws and packets, plastic wrapping. Get an eco box or two made of wheat straw or bamboo. Put in your lunch and with no oil, the shut-tight lid won't let it spoil. Banish crisps and juice in boxes. Fill with wraps and nuts and coxes. Sliced ham rolled up, roast or parma. Blueberries, grapes or a banana. Salad slices, eggs and cheese. Pizza pieces, pickled peas. Naan bread sarnies, carrot crunch. Sustainable, sustaining lunch.
This is called Granddad's Tomatoes. So I imagined I was my grandson Sam. Okay, so I imagined Sam writing about his granddad's tomatoes. Granddad's tomatoes. When you walk into Granddad's greenhouse, you are zapped by that zingy tomato scent. There they are, tall and green in their grow bags, with their bright red inviting fruit. You pick some for the big salad, or for Granddad's favourite cheese and tomato sandwiches. And you think, I'll just try one. And you have never eaten a tomato as sweet before. The sunshine explodes in your mouth. And they are nothing like the tasteless, cellophane-wrapped tomatoes you often find in supermarkets. Granddad's tomatoes last through July and August and September. And when the very last red ripe tomatoes eaten and the last few green tomatoes are picked for chutney, we are all a little sad. But no one cries, because Granddad saves some seeds and plants them. And in the spring, brand new tomato plants start to grow, ready for the new summer's taste sensation. There we are. And our tomatoes are just about hanging on into October. Look, here are a few. These are the little yellow ones I've been growing. These are really tasty. And we've got some red ones, and we've got some yellow ones. You know, you can find good tasting tomatoes in supermarkets, but generally, you know, they don't taste great. And tomatoes, you can grow them at home. Try growing things. Maybe grow some things in your classroom. Yeah.